Hi, I'm Peter Alsop, and this is my Songs to Chew podcast. We're back today for our fifth and final chapter in our In the Hospital album. Last week, as Bill Harley and I scooted around the hospital meeting other kids, we sang about Samet and the Dragon and talked about how using imagery can help ourselves heal. We had some fun singing Needly Noodly and thinking about what might happen if we put kids in charge of the hospital. And we sang New Ground and talked about how when something ends, if we keep our eyes open, we will always notice that new things are beginning all around us. And then Nurse Penny caught Bill and me out of our room, and she and Nurse Diane made us go back to our own beds. So we've been waiting there for a week for you to come back so we could continue. Bill has another story, and we've got a couple more songs to chew on. So if you're ready, well, are you ready? Great. Here we go with Chapter 5 of In the Hospital.
I was a little scared before it happened, but once they gave me the anesthesia drugs, I don't remember anything except the dream I had.
What was your dream about?
It was really strange, Peter. I dreamed I was standing on this road, and up ahead I saw this castle. I don't know why, but I knew I had to walk towards it. So I started walking towards the castle, and I came across this old woman. She was sitting by the side of the road. She was sitting there like she was having a picnic. She was very strange looking, too. She had this gray cloak around her shoulders, spread out around her. She looked like a volcano with a head on top. She looked up at me and she said,
"You're just in time for our lunch. Now, what do you have to eat?"
I said, "I don't have anything."
She said, "You must have something. What's in your pockets?"
Well, I reached in my pocket. I said, I just got this. I had this eraser. I pulled it out and handed it to her, and she said, "Good." She grabbed a hold of it from me, and when she grabbed it, it turned into a sandwich. I don't know how. It just did. She said, "Sit down." And she tore it in two, and we started to eat the sandwich. And she said, "Now, you have to have this." And she reached into her pocket, and she pulled out this stone. It was a rough, round stone. She gave it to me. And I said, "Well, what's it for?" And she said, "Don't change the subject. Just show it to someone when you need to." I said, "How am I going to know?"
She said, "You'll know, you'll know. Now, why are you going to the castle?"
"I don't know."
She said, "Well, I do. You're going to the castle to see the king. You see, he's very sick, and only you can help him."
How am I going to do that? I'm not a doctor.
Don't change the subject. There you go again. Now, let me hear the song.
Song?
Yeah, the song, the laughter song. Let me hear it.
I was trying to think of something. The only thing I could think of was this song I sang when I was a little kid with my brother. We made it up. It was really stupid. I said, I can't sing this. It's stupid. She said,
"Sing the song. Don't change the subject. Sing it."
So I sang. I got me a dog, it eats like a hog. I got me a skunk, sleeps in my bunk. I got me a giraffe, you ought to hear him laugh. He goes, uh-huh.
She said, "Very good. Now, off you go."
That was it. So I walked down the road until I came up to the castle. It was this huge castle, huge gray stone walls towering up above me. I walked up to the castle door. I knocked on the door, and the door just opened. I stepped inside. The door closed behind me. And there I was inside the castle. It was quiet. And then this tall bird-like creature walked up to me, leaned over me, said, "May I help you?" And I said, "I'm looking for the king." The bird said, "There's no king here." I said, "Well, they told me there wasn't. This woman told me this. I got to find him." And the bird said, "We'll see what we can do. Come with me." And she started to lead me down this hallway, so I started to follow her. And as I did, this other creature walked up to me on one side of me. It was a lizard-like thing. It was tall and red, and it took hold of my hand. And then it said, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And we started walking down the hall, and as we got a little farther down the hall, a blue thing came out. It was this blue rodent, this kind of gerbil-like thing, and it was fat and round, standing on its hind legs, and it grabbed a hold of my other hand and said, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And I'd ask a question where we're going, and the red one answered, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And the gerbil just said, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." So I tried to stop the bird again, but the bird just said, "There's no king here." It led me down a passageway, so I followed for a while, and I took a left-hand turn, and then we all slid down this chute, then back up these steps again, and then we went around this long passageway that kind of curved around until we seemed to be very far into the castle, but I just didn't know where. And I said, "Stop, stop. I want to go see the king." And the bird just said, "There's no king here." I said, "You said that to me before." And the lizard said, "Blah, blah, blah." And the blue gerbil said, "No, blue, blue, blue." So I said, "I got to find some other help. I'm sorry." And I walked off from him. I didn't know which way to turn, so I tried to go back the way I'd come. I went down some staircases, but I couldn't find my way back to that chute somehow. So I took another turn to the left, and I ran down this long passageway, just went long, straight for a really long time. I didn't have any idea where I was and what I was going to do. There were these torches all around me, lighting up this castle. Then around the corner came another bird. I thought, great. And the bird said, "Hi." "You just said hi to me." She said, "Of course I did." I said, "Well, how come you're talking to me? I mean, everybody else is just going blah, 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 blue, blue, blue. There's no king here." She said, "Well, that's just because they've given up. You know, the king's been asleep for so long, they just decided he's not here anymore because they don't know what else to do." "Well, how come you didn't give up?" "I chose not to. I know he's here, and someday I hope he really will wake up." I said, "Well, where is he?" She said, "Well, you go down, you follow this passageway, and you come to some steps, and you run up the steps. It's a long way, but you'll get there. And up at the top of the steps at the end of the hall, you find a door. He's back there." I said, "Thanks a lot." She said, "Sure." And just like she said, at the end of the passageway, there were some steps. And I ran up those steps, and the steps were tall. They were long, and they were high. And I ran down this hall, and there was a door at the end. I knocked on the door. Nobody answered. I knocked again. Nobody answered. So I opened it up. It was dark inside. The darkness spilled out. I stepped inside the room. I couldn't see very well, but I could see at the far end of the room there was somebody sitting in a chair. It was a big man. He had his head in his hands. He was sleeping. It had to be the king. I ran over to him. I said, "King, king, wake up!" I said, "King!" But he didn't move. He just kept sleeping. So I grabbed a hold by the shoulders and I shook him. I said, "King, king, king!" Great, I thought. I found a king. I can't wake him up. I didn't know what I was going to do. I really didn't know how I was going to get out of the castle now. I was so far in there. I didn't know what to do with the king. I began to wonder who that woman was out there anyway. I reached my hand in my pockets. I felt that stone that she'd given me. And I think, what else can I do? And then I remembered that song. She couldn't have wanted me to sing the song to the king. But I didn't know what else to do. So I leaned over to him. He was still sleeping. And I whispered in his ear, because it's kind of a stupid song. "I got me a dog, it eats like a hog. Got me a skunk, sleeps in my bunk. Got me a giraffe, you ought to hear him laugh. He goes, "Uh, uh, 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 uh." And the king moved a little in his chair. He went, "Uh, uh." So it seemed like it worked a little bit. So what did I have to lose? I sang it again. "I got me a dog, it eats like a hog. I got me a skunk, it sleeps in my bunk. Got me a giraffe, you ought to hear him laugh. He goes, uh, 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 uh." It really seemed like I was working, so I just really let him have it. "I got me a dog, it eats like a hog. I got me a skunk, it sleeps in my bunk. I got me a giraffe, you ought to hear him laugh." He goes, "Uh, uh, 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 uh." The king moved. His eyes fluttered. He said, "Oh, that was nice. I haven't laughed like that for a long time. A little rusty. I think I'll work on it." There, now, where was I? Oh, right. I said, "King, wait, don't go back to sleep." He said, "What?" You gotta wake up." He said, "I don't want to wake up. I want to go back to sleep." I said, "No, wait. Well, why do you want to sleep?" "Because I'm depressed." "Well, how come?" "Oh, well, a long time ago, you see, I was a king. Well, I suppose I still am. But I was a king with my sister. She was a queen. We were twins, you see, and we decided to rule the kingdom together. I guess it was a queendom or something like that. Well, anyway, we were ruling, and I went away on a trip, and somebody here in the castle got the bright idea that I'd be better without her, so they kicked her out. They said, go. They made her go away.
When I came back, she wasn't here. When I tried to find her, I needed her. She could do things I couldn't do. She was magical. Well, she could turn things into food, for instance. That was a magical thing. You need that in a kingdom, you know? I looked for her. I sent people out, and they couldn't find her, and I just didn't know what to do. I just got tired of ruling, and I didn't think there was any point in it, so I just decided to go to sleep.
I said, King, don't. Oh, I got me a dog, it eats like a hog. I got me a skunk, it sleeps in my bunk. Got me a giraffe, you ought to hear him laugh. He goes, huh, 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 huh. The king said,
yeah, say, I like that song. Where did you get that song?
Me and my brother made it up when we were little. But I met this woman out there in the road, and she told me to sing it to you. She kind of looked like a volcano with a head on because of the cloak she wore.
A volcano with a head on? Did she do anything else? Did she do any kind of magic? Did she turn anything into food, like a sandwich?
She took my eraser from school. She turned it into a sandwich.
She did? Well, no, wait. Did she give you something? A stone? Did she give you a smooth stone?
She did. She gave me a stone, but it wasn't smooth. They said it was really rough, and I reached in my pocket to pull it out to show him. But, when I pulled it out, it was smooth. Smooth as glass. It was smooth and round. And I said, look, yeah.
It has to be it's my sister. She's alive.
She's out there.
He said, great, how does that song go? I got me a dog, it eats like a hog. I got me a skunk, sleeps in my bunk. I got me a giraffe, you ought to hear him laugh. He goes, ho, 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 ho. Let's go, now lead me out of this old castle. I've been here a long time.
I said, King, I can't lead you out of here.
He said, don't change the subject, sure you can, let's go.
And we walked out the door, down the hallway, and we got to the top of the steps, and there they were. Lizards, dozens of them, blah, 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 blah. And gerbils, blah, 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 blah. And these tall white birds going, the king's not... And he looked at them. He raised himself up. He said, the king is here and the queen will be too. We're going to get my sister. And we walked down the stairway, me leading the king, and we walked straight down the hallway, right out to the castle doors. The castle doors opened. We took a step out. And there we were, standing in the sunlight. And straight ahead of us out there in the road, we saw the queen. And then I woke up.
Wow, what a dream. What do you think it all means?
I don't know. I gotta go to sleep now. Good night.
Good night. Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
I'm not sleepy.
It's probably because your rear end sticks out of that gown they gave you and it gets cold. You should have brought some pajamas from home like me. I got my airplane pajamas and my baseball glove. It helps me go to sleep.
You got your baseball glove in bed with you?
Yeah. Smells like gasoline a little from when I left it out on the lawnmower out in the garage, but I like to wear it to bed. You want to hold it?
Nah, I just can't sleep because I'm afraid to.
You're afraid of sleeping? How come?
Well, I keep thinking, how does my body know what to do if I'm asleep? I mean, if nobody's running things, how do I stay alive?
Peter, your brain runs things when you're asleep. Now, go to sleep, will you? Just keep telling yourself you're alive, and next thing you know, it'll be tomorrow morning.
Okay. Hey, Bill.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're alive, Bill.
Yeah. Good night.
While I'm sleeping, I'm alive. My heart's beating deep inside. I keep breathing soft and slow. How I do it, well, I don't know. I remember Grandma, she was kinda sick. I offered her my ice cream, but she didn't want to lick. She was really tired, so she finally shut her eyes. Grandpa said she went to sleep, but she never said goodbye. While I'm sleeping, I'm alive. My heart's beating deep inside. I I keep breathing, soft and slow. How I do it, well, I don't know. Rusty was my old dog, he was my best friend. He had trouble walking, his back legs didn't bend. The vet put him to sleep with a special kind of shot. He's not asleep, he's dead, and I sure miss him a lot. But while I'm sleeping, I'm alive. My heart's beating deep inside. I keep breathing, soft and slow. How I do it, well, I don't know. I might need an operation to fix me up inside. The drugs will make me sleepy, but they won't make me die. And while I'm fast asleep, my body gets repaired. So thanks for sticking by me now, 'cause I'm a little scared. Oh, why do grown-ups say asleep instead of saying dead? That only makes kids nervous when it's time to go to bed. I got to go to sleep now, so would you hold my hand? I love you, would you stay by me till I wake up again? 'Cause while I'm sleeping, I'm alive. My heart's beating deep inside. I keep breathing, soft and slow. How I do it, well, I don't know.
Hey, Peter, don't worry. It's okay. Hey, Peter? Peter? Oh, great. Now I can't sleep.
Okay, time to rise and shine, Bill. I want you to walk today.
Hey, where's Peter?
He'll be right back. He had his CAT scan. He's fine. We couldn't find anything wrong with his head.
Of course not. That's just the way he is. That's what I like about him.
Bill, hey, I'm okay. I'm going home.
Yeah, I heard.
Look, I colored this picture with Diane and Penny.
What is it?
It's a monster in my bathroom. It's for you.
Boy, thanks. Gosh, Peter, I'm gonna miss you.
No way. I'm going to visit every day, and we're going to get you walking right now so you can go home real soon, right, kids?
Yeah,
Come on. You can do it. Come on.
Yeah, but all these dumb stitches hurt. I don't know how to start.
You just have to start a little bit at a time. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, come on, Bill.
Okay, I know. Here goes. It just seems like it's gonna be a big job.
Come on, you can do it. If you got a great big mountain to climb and that mountain's covered with slime, there's only one way to get to the top, one step at a time. Take a step, who knows, it might be fun. Take a step when you gotta get something done.
If you're freezing there in your underwear 'cause you can't decide what clothes to wear, put on your socks and start from there, one step at a time.
Take a step, who knows, it might be fun. Take a step when you gotta get something done. If you got to clean your room today and you'd rather go outside and play, just take that mess and use your head, hide it under the bed. Take a step, who knows, it might be fun. Take a step when you gotta get something done. All right. got to eat an elephant.
Do you start at the back or at the front?
It's a lot to eat, but it'll taste fine.
One bite at a time.
Take a bite, who knows, it might be fun. Take a bite when you gotta get something done. Yes, take a step, who knows, it might be fun. Take a step when you gotta get something done.
I'm walking.
When you gotta get something done.
I'm doing
when
it.
You gotta get something done.
Okay. Bye, Bill. I'm going now. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Penny. Bye, Diane. Thanks for everything.
Bye, Peter.
Now, don't worry. We'll take good care of Bill.
Bye, Peter.
But wait, what am I supposed to do here all by myself?
Well, you could listen to this tape again.
Oh, good idea. Let's see. How do I turn this thing over anyway?
So that's it. Thanks for visiting with us. If you can think of any other families with kids who might like to hear our In the Hospital album, they can order one from my website at peteralsop.com. Or actually, all you have to do is tell them to look for this Peter Alsop Songs to Chew podcast, wherever they get their podcasts, and then they can listen that way too. Remember Bill's story about being lost in the castle? Well, being in a hospital can feel like being lost in a castle. When we feel overwhelmed, it's so easy to lose hope and give up. We need help, someone to reassure us and help us find our own way back into the light. Kids going into a hospital setting will need to prepare for their journey. They don't need to take food along, but some of their familiar belongings from home can act as transitional items that'll give them a sense of security and power in an alien environment. And we sang about going to sleep, because that can be a problem for many kids. Additional fears and strange surroundings often compound this problem in the hospital. Many children, during the course of their hospitalization, must undergo an operation requiring anesthesia or a procedure that requires sedation. Sleep is the best way to explain anesthesia to children, but unfortunately, it is often also used when talking about death. It can be confusing and scary to be told that they will get some special medicine that will put them to sleep. So it is extremely crucial to be clear about this kind of sleep. One way we found helpful to reassure children about anesthesia is to explain that there will be a special doctor who just takes care of the sleep part, so that they'll be safe and will wake up at the right time, not too soon. Kids who are having trouble going to sleep in the hospital may also benefit from continuing their home bedtime routines. Having a small flashlight in bed with them can ease a child's fear of the dark. And remember our Take a Step song? There may be several steps a child needs to take to recover from an injury, illness, or surgery. Some examples include walking for the first few times after an operation, eating well, coughing and deep breathing after surgery, or learning to swallow pills and complying with things like special diets. Kids may be resistant for a variety of reasons, including pain, fear, lack of understanding, and just not feeling like it. But these steps are important and necessary, so we want to encourage and motivate them and avoid using threats or power struggles. Once motivated, their sense of control increases as they become aware of how they are helping themselves in their own recovery. That's it for today. I'm so glad you came. Next week, we'll be back with another song for adults. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.